Well, I got my gown put back on. It's certainly warmer than my other clothes. I'm glad Father sent back more gowns that are more winter-oriented. I definitely needed them. I must say, I definitely did not get the most fulfilling nights of sleep, but I did tell Lady Daphne that if she was nervous to sleep alone, she was more than welcome to join me in hopes that her nightmares wouldn't plague her. But the repercussions of that is that I got to listen to Lady Daphne talk in her sleep all night, and the room is rather cold, so I guess her getting really close is part of that. I should have expected it when I offered to let her stay with me for the night, but it was... I have not had someone sleeping beside me in a very long time. Yes, I don't wear purple all too often. I do love purple on me, but I do like this gown. It is so much warmer than others. Like, as much as I love some of my other gowns, it has been completely freezing since the snow fell. But with the new mail, I got to... my father sent a cloak and everything, so now I have my monarch cloak to wear and some other warmer ones. It's a very... But I consider this periwinkle. I think I would consider this periwinkle. Yes, not only did I get new gowns sent, Father also sent back... I had sent a photo of me from the ball, and he had a portrait made of it as well. And he sent me this photo as well from my room. So I got to... I'm slowly getting to decorate a bit better. The room is large. To be honest, this room is larger than my room back at the estate. I have my own space in the estate, but... there's just so much space here. I have space outside, I suppose, in my estate. My gardens and such. And I don't have a garden here, so I suppose that makes up for it. But, let's see. I do want to put my hair clips back in. I know it won't necessarily match my outfit, but I'd rather have them on than off, in all honesty. Maybe I can see about getting another set made that will match other outfits. It just feels weird not to wear monarch butterfly accessories, but it just doesn't always match. I do know that my backpacks are in desperate need of organization. Desperate need of organization. They're really bad. My backpacks are in a horrendous state. Let me get the plushies out. I got a frog plushie from the villagers that Lady Daphne was doing business with. And I also got I specifically asked her if any of them sold bat plushies, and they did. So I do have a bat plushie now. Saving that for a certain area of my room, but that is to be seen. Let's see. So we're going to put those in there for now. Do I have any other plushies I need to put in here? Oh, I do. That's in that. Let's see. I can take the accessories out. I still need to figure out what I'm gonna do with this Felfolk fur. Either a Felfolk has snuck into another dorm and incidentally left their fur there by mistake, planted it on purpose, or someone managed to nab some of our fur and leave it in the room to frame us. The fact it was found after all the heir rooms were broken into makes it rather suspicious. Who said it had to be centered around him? He might not be wrong, but we don't have to say it bluntly. Let me go empty some of my bags. I have so much. Can a girl not have a separate space just for her personal belongings that she doesn't want other people to see? I do hope, I know after the solstice yesterday, it certainly was, the solstice for us is a period of mourning. And as such, I know the mood wasn't exactly the brightest. Hello, everybody. I see everyone left you out here after the solstice dinner. Everyone left our lords and ladies in the dining room. Lord Clover, Lady Citrus, I'm sorry for leaving you out here, but it seemed like you guys also had yourselves a sleepover, like I did. Have a good night, have a good night. Let's see, do I have my set on food? I have some braised beef. I do want to get some, perhaps, not some more of the soft-shelled crab, if there is any more left. Yes. Gonna take that. And we'll check on mail. If you want to help Lady Daphne with the holiday tradition, find the chest located on the 2nd floor. Oh, is this the tradition I'm thinking of? How curious. Let me go see. 2nd floor. She said chest, so I don't know if she's going to be... Oh, it is up there. Ah! That's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. I don't like this platform.
Are you alright?
It's such a long ways down if you miss the jump. You just plummet. I take this as the chest the clue's referring to.
Yes, I am still writing the book. I didn't expect anyone to already find it.
I
mean, I was sitting here, but still.
I'm glad that I can brace my landing, but I just stood up and I immediately slipped off.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. But what I was going to say was I had checked the notice board and saw elements of the chest on the 2nd floor, and so I had gone upstairs and I noticed the chest before I noticed you, in all fairness.
Ah, that is good at least. Alright, let's see if we can fix it so you don't fall off again. You know what, I will move this here and move this over here. There we are, you see?
Watch me still find a way to slip off the edge.
Goodness, please do not fall off again.
I can handle the fall. It's just drawing when you're suddenly plummeting.
Yes, I know. Oh my goodness, I am... You remember Doll on the Wall, yes?
I do indeed. I was suspicious as if this was related to it, given you said tradition on the board.
Yes, I am trying to find a way to explain it and then also help people... Oh, goodness. Have people help me with it this year, as I will be gone for at least a week.
Hello, whoever's reading. Oh, okay. Let's see. Doll on the Wall. For younger kids, but I do think it would be fun to do at the castle for others to enjoy. That's not to actually come to life. I'm glad we clarified that we're not going to have little magical dolls running around. With what I've heard about poppets, I wouldn't think it would be impossible to do.
Fair, but no. It is not cursed, not actually magic. It's just meant to be. Oh,
so I don't toss it off the edge.
Yes, it is just meant to be a fun, sort of a scavenger hunt, honestly, to see what the doll is up to each day. But of course, as we grew up, the magic fades, and it's actually someone moving it around. But it still is fun.
Yeah, I mean, well, some of us might be aware that it is not truly moving on its own. Other crits may not believe so.
Yes, that is true. So they may still experience the magic.
I think it would be very fun to do.
Yes, I found an artisan that was able to get a doll. Oh, there we are.
Oh, he's rather handsome.
Of course.
Well, isn't the plushies that they typically make very fine in thread where
Yes, but if you oh goodness, let me see. Let me see if I can make one very quickly. There we are. But if I place this down, oh goodness, careful, and place that there, it was
Oh,
fine.
I see. I'm not sure on all the other courts,
And you can
winter
it
solstice.
sits upright, unlike certain other ways to display it. It does not want to sit upright. And it's still
Oh, the sea
oh,
also has a squeaker.
yes, I think I accidentally placed this one, but no worries, I have another. But
Is
yes,
the artisan you bought it from at your village that you frequent?
Yes.
Maybe
Very recent.
if something does happen and whoever is moving the doll around happens to need another one, then I can know where to get them one.
Yes, I was planning to put a few there, just in case.
I'm sure that would be appreciated in case mistakes like these happen.
Yes. Unfortunate. It is supposed to just slot on. There we are. But yes, I will make sure to put extra in there. Let me finish writing it. I do want to know, out of curiosity, where it is being moved to, so I will put the next pages as what day they moved it, where they moved it in the castle, and what activity is the doll doing that day.
That sounds fun, yes. And keeping track of things.
Yes. Also curious about who found it, I suppose. Would be another, if they're able to find out who found the doll.
I suppose. I feel like it might be hard to track down who found it first. I mean, I suppose information does make its way quicker around the academy, but tracking it can be
hopefully
harder.
no one tries to destroy the doll once they find it. I would be very sad.
I'm not sure. The winter solstice, I believe, is different. I don't know if all origins necessarily celebrate it, but I know for
But
Court
yes, I need
Bloodwind
to
they
finish
have.
this off. Would you like to help with this? Would you like to help at least with the first one?
I would love to help you with the first one.
All right. Well, then let me finish writing this, and then we shall go. Look, I may need to grab another plush from the village as well. I only had 2 on me.
I am going to go check my mail real quick while you finish writing that then.
That is perfectly fine. Gives me time.
But yes, the winter solstice for Solmera is we celebrate the summer and the winter solstice. The winter solstice is where we look upon the past. We mourn those we have lost, those precious to us. We look back on past memories. It can be more somber of a holiday for some more than others. It also has its benefits of celebrating the life of those we have lost, looking back on those good memories, and giving them well wishes, writing to those we have lost, those who have passed. And it also is the holiday where we celebrate the moon. We have a lot of respect for both the sun and moon, and we can't exist without them, so we give thanks for that. We had our solstice dinner yesterday, and our celebrations are more private for winter solstice. So summer solstice we will have more public celebrations, but the winter is very reserved as it is heavily linked to mourning. I know Court Bloodwind also celebrates the winter solstice, but as many times as they have invited different representatives from Solmera and I'm sure other courts to celebrate in their region, given that we also celebrate the solstice and the travel times, no one of Solmera has actually visited Court Bloodwind during their solstice celebration, so I'm not entirely certain what all goes on. So I am curious about the invitation that Prince Ezra gave me. So he didn't give me the invitation. He gave me the information with no invitation, and I had to quickly write it down in a book. He did say an invite would be coming, so I am excited for that, but I have to see what the future holds for that. I do not have any mail. So, kingdom building updates, winter solstice updates, which that is the permission slip. This is the one I wrote, I believe. Reminder. So, that book is done. It's the rule books, the Synodos, and that's the horse exam. I have to sneeze. Represent the court and cast me like both the sorts. Yes, I need to speak with Tavali and Seven about the invitation and about getting things set up. We are offered the opportunity to have a booth, and then also we'll be displaying different arts of our court. And I want to give Loon Tavali the opportunity for the booth first, and if Loon Tavali doesn't have anything they want to have shown off there, then I will instead ask Lady Daphne. They have lost and burn it, then fire earns the sky. First, Solmera, we write down our wish. We write down what we wish to say to the dead. We write down what we wish we said before they passed, or if we have new messages for them, or we have things we wish we would have done differently. We just write down messages that that one could consider reflecting on past actions, and then traditionally we tie those messages to a lantern and let them float up into the sky. But given that the wind flows differently here, our lanterns would not ascend yesterday, so instead we threw them off the side of a cliff face. Hopefully the wind would carry them, but if not, then they would have fell into the water. Yes, I plan to prepare the dishes. I plan to bring dishes that I prepared for the winter solstice. Yes, here I am.
I may go take a very quick trip to the village to go get more.
All right, I honestly need to empty out my backpack, so I might do that.
All right, here. I will create a space very quickly.
All right.
There you are.
Let's see.
Then I will be back very quickly while you clear your bags.
Perfect. But yes, I don't know which one in particular. I'll have to bring the cucumber one for sure.
Also, hopefully I did not keep you up too much last night.
Not in any way that would be considered a nuisance. It was fine.
That is good. Did I break your ribs at all?
No, there was nothing harsh. There was a bit of grabby hands, Lady Daphne, but
apologies.
I do not believe you kicked me in the ribs, luckily.
Well, that is good. Goodness, I suppose you must have been warm.
I hope you did sleep better last night.
I did.
Let's see. Yes, my door is always open. I think peace of mind is just as important as physical well-being. Let's put this here.
All right, appreciate it.
These. I have so much stuff. I don't understand how I carry these backpacks around all the time. I have so much stuff in here.
That is the same issue I have been having as well. I have way too many things.
Every time I fill up another backpack, I just make another one, and then I do
Yes,
clean them out as
sake,
the
I have
issue.
12.
You have
I have
12?
12 backpacks. I do.
I have 4. I have.
Again, I seem to have a bit of an issue with backpacks. I suppose I carry my whole life on in my backpacks.
I mean, I suppose it's fair, given that we have learned that our dorms aren't necessarily safe, that people will be nosy.
Yes, I have all my important books on me.
Let's see. I don't really know where to put half this stuff. It's a lot of just random junk, in all honesty.
Yes, yeah, that is. I have at least 2 backpacks that just have random junk in it.
But yes, technically, what our court most enjoys is fish-related dishes. But if the Crown Duchess and her duchesses are there, I fear only having fish dishes might be a bit disrespectful, even if that is our primary diet. So I'll bring something that they can enjoy as well with the same cooking practices. Oh. Maybe I'll put the music in my room. Like, this is just, it's just stuff. Like, why do I have half of this? There's bottles, there's wood. I don't want to search, I want to sort. Don't need the limestone. I have the netherrack for templates. I don't need the urn, I don't need this photograph. I certainly, even if I uncertain, but I certainly would not have what I need for it, unfortunately. That sounds rather mysterious. Let me get these out. I don't need these ores. I don't need these bricks. Why do I have bricks? Lapis. Let's see. We're going to store this here for now. We're going to put 10 here.
There may be a bit of an issue that I'm seeing.
What is happening?
Nothing too terrible. It's just that I asked a villager if he would go to his work, and he decided to completely change what he sold.
Oh.
Well, that's interesting to know.
Practicing a new craft?
I suppose so.
Was he the one that sold the doll you were needing?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, he was, unfortunately.
Well, tell him to, if he's going to change what type of plushie he specializes in, tell him to make a cat plushie.
Yes, that is what I'm trying to. Well, there are many others here. Maybe I could convince them to change.
We can adapt the tradition to be, let's see, if it's doll on the wall, what would be cat on the ledge? Cat on the perch?
But then they'd know it's a Velfolk.
I suppose. We can use the wolf plushie. What is or if there's a fish plushie, we can throw suspicion off of us.
I'm sure I could. I did see that now instead of villagers, he's selling pillagers.
Oh.
Maybe the doll on the wall is evil next time that someone needs to get one. I am getting new, I did not know that would happen. But I am getting new plushies. I actually did get a wolf one. That's new, so.
Oh.
I suppose good to know.
I keep the bones on me because they're good for bone meal. I feel like the voices in my head are being really loud behind me. I don't know if you can hear them or not. They're just yelling. I'm with the photo albums. So we'll do my camera lenses. Put that there.
Oh, one of them is selling an iron golem now and a zombie plush.
Oh, interesting. Let's see. To keep that in this backpack. I have too much stuff that I don't want to take out of my bags either. Some of this is stuff for kingdom building, and I don't want to head out there and not have it anymore.
Let's see. Oh! Oh my goodness! Katarina!
Is there a cat?
Yes!
We finally have a cat plushie!
Finally! Oh, I'm so happy.
I will pay you back
Finally,
emeralds if you buy however many you can. There's more saplings over here. I'm just gonna.
Let me see.
Someone might not be happy.
Oh, these are cute as well. Why are they now giving me such cute plushes?
Which one is it?
There's a panda one.
Oh,
And a glow squid. Oh, these are so cute.
You wish you had one. Missing stuff.
greetings.
Hello. Are you okay?
I did say greetings to them. It's the group where others can hear me.
Yes.
Okay. They responded, but I also didn't want to be rude and walk away and them not have heard me.
Goodness, where is this backpack at?
Oh, I don't know if either of you saw, but on the other side of the kitchen in one of the drawers, there is food left over from the solstice, and there's Moon and Boo's tea as well for you.
How did
Where
it
in
go?
the world did
Yeah,
I
how did it
set
go?
this backpack?
It went well. It was very nice. I understand you guys may have been busy, but we would have loved to have you there.
Yes, I wish I could have been there.
Yeah.
Yes, if you, I don't know what traditions you partake in, but if you do take to writing letters to those who have lost, there are also books and quills on the far end of the dining table, that drawer on the far side.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Farewell then.
Farewell.
Apologies, Lady Daphne.
No, you are fine. I'm still trying to find one that would be willing to trade, something else.
I'm gonna start making my way there. I don't know if I can prove much benefit, but I will at least be there. Emotional support, I suppose, or encouragement.
Oh, interesting. What is a breeze?
That can go there, that's there, and then we will make sun raining, so we can walk back to the academy now. I don't necessarily have any plans, but I will say, just waiting for Lady Daphne to convince that villager any of those villagers to trade her a villager plushie, isn't the most entertaining thing to do. So we'll go to the academy and see if we run into anybody. My father's letter to me asked that I work on my networking with other courts more, so I need to at least put in the effort. I was rather lax, I suppose, at the ball, but I had fun for what it is worth. I definitely was not the most... I'm always elegant. I can't say I wasn't elegant, but I was less refined during the ball towards the end whenever we had some fun. but after the ball, I really haven't spoken to anyone of other courts. I've certainly spoken to many of the fell folk, but I spoke formally to Prince Ezra, and then I also spoke to Lord Leonidas, though speaking to Lord Leonidas felt more so like a scolding. Me scolding him, not the other way around, of course. And I can't say that might be great for relations. I don't regret it in the slightest. If he finds himself friends with others, and he finds it fitting to speak badly, a joke or not, if he finds it fitting to speak badly of his friends and say misleading comments for the entire public to see in public missives as a jest when it's painting the other person in a bad light, then if he does not truly realize the repercussion that holds on that individual, then I'm going to inform him. I don't care if it is a joking or a jest. I understood it. I even mentioned that. I very much understood it was a jest. But the issue is whenever he is saying misleading comments about ladies of my court, and they have repercussions to the ladies because their reputation gets hurt due to those comments, he can't just block all the blame saying, oh, I didn't mean to, it was a joke. I don't need that excuse being used whenever someone gets in trouble or someone suddenly has people speaking bad of them. Like, everyone at the academy should be aware we're all nobles. We know how high society rumors are. And if they aren't aware, they saw it happen with Duchess Aquamarine. My experience with her previously had been very nice. She made one mistimed, misplaced joke, jest, whatever the comment was, in public missives, and now has repercussions from it. Oh, there's a lot of creepy crawlies. So, at the very least, he can no longer use the excuse of not knowing. Because I made sure that he knows. Let me get to safer areas. I also have the camera Lady Daphne gave me, so I could walk around and see if I want to get a photo of something with it. I do want more photos with him. I tried to open up that I had a camera now and I was looking to use it, but I suppose business is business, and as much as I want things to go certain ways, I have limited control over other people. I don't suppose there'll be anything new on the notice board, in all honesty. I am interested to see who else has signed up as models, because last time I checked, I saw the groundkeeper had signed up to be a model for the fashion club, which I find rather curious in itself. Let's see. Oh, there's also still books in the library I wish to read. I need to drop off books for the library itself, since Father sent me different of our government official books with our laws and regulations on things. Do that. I still want to ask the headmaster about me taking this painting off his hands. I really want this painting. Oh, the cold weather is making me have to sneeze. Goodness. Ah! I'm gonna look so sus. I'm gonna look so sus doing this. I'm gonna look so sus doing this. Hello! Welcome in, Raiders. Hello, thank you for the follow. Yes, it's one of the gowns I designed. I don't make the gowns myself, but I do have a sketchbook of outfits, and I have a seamstress make them for me. For what dexterity I do have in my hands when it comes to painting, it does not translate well to sewing. Yes, I'm rather fond of the color. I don't wear periwinkle or purples a lot, but it's certainly warm and it's much appreciated. There's fur along my hands. I don't have gloves on, so Lady Daphne may take the opportunity to point out my paws being pruny, but they're not pruny. I haven't been in the bath yet today. They're not pruny. They are very elegant, smooth hands of a noblewoman, and I will stand by that. Yes, welcome in, everybody. Let's see. I've gotten a few more. I've collected a bit later tonight. All right. That is good. There we are. I assume that means she's heading back to the academy then. I guess it will take her a second to arrive back. She does certainly travel faster than me, thanks to her arcane magic. She is able to move herself forward a bit quicker than I am. Yes, my hands are very smooth. They are very well put together. Sure, I have been doing more intensive labor, such as chopping trees and things of that nature. Let me show you the painting I'm referring to, by the way. But that has not seemed to harm my hands. Rather, Lady Daphne has commented upon that I've been spending too much time in the baths. Like, the baths are super warm, and I like to be in the baths, and... But yes, I want this painting. I really want this painting. I've wanted it for like 2 weeks now, and I simply have not seen the headmaster in 2 weeks. And when I try to reach out to him, he's not available for me to reach out to him. I want it. See, I do have half the mind. I have half the mind to take it, but I fear it being a monarch butterfly painting. I fear it's very obvious on who would have taken it. And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I'm actually rather proud of this tradition. Typically, if I were to rob someone, it's me wanting to court them. And unfortunately, for Headmaster Phelan, I have no desire to court him. So I fear I can't rob him. Rather rude. The only time I don't like some of our traditions. I don't know if I wouldn't think a professor could give permission for me to steal from Headmaster Phelan. He is... I don't know exactly how much power he necessarily holds given Thorn Concord, but in all technicality, is he not still a prince? Yes, it's Lady Daphne. She is doing some more trades, but she'll be back in 5 to 15 minutes. So she'll head to the academy then, and then we'll take care of one of the traditions that the Lafayette's hold. It's not one that I necessarily follow myself with my family, but if I ever spend the winter solstice with the Lafayettes, we will do doll on the wall. Honey cake. I want that. I love honey. Thank you. I'm rather fond of honey, sorry. Honey is one of my favorite scents as well. Oh, he's most certainly not the king. If he was the king, we wouldn't have the Thorn Concord. The lords are in power, not him. I think it's rather interesting that... Well, I guess it's not surprising that the courts played it wrong and all came here, but... He's certainly... I don't bow to him. Let's see. Lots of new plushies in the shop. Equestrian studies. What is this one? Hide and seek. Meet at the main hall. This is so hard to read. That is really hard to read. 27th at 8 p.m. EST. Price sign up. Interesting. I'll have to see. Potentially. Who else is signed up for models? Groundskeeper Daphne Sender. Oh, 2 pages now. And then I know Prince Ezra mentioned they are reusing the ballroom for their celebration on the 28th. So I don't want to... I have to set up a booth in there still, but I want to approach Loon Tavalli about it before I approach Lady Daphne. I will give Loon Tavalli the... If she wants to be the one to have a booth set up, I will let her have it rather than Lady Daphne. While I do adore Lady Daphne, I am going to make way for power of hierarchy. Good night, Luna. Thank you for stopping in. We'll head to the dorm so we can be there for when Lady Daphne returns. Here's hierarchy. I'm the soul and they are my loons. I'm next in line for the soul's position and they are not. And then as such, Solmeras are above the rest of the court. We have the divine right above our court, and it's shown through our tales. So I am rather fond of Lady Daphne, and the Lafayettes are a very, very prestigious family. They are likely one of the most prestigious families in the Solmera region, aside from ourselves, of course. So she does definitely get a lot of preference to things, but she will not get preference to things over a loon. Well, yes, 7 is older than me. But whenever he came of age, I guess not even coming of age, but when he turned 18, I should say, he rejected the position, so it passed on to me instead, as the next oldest. It's certainly not what I was raised to do, but I will take the position with honor and do it to the best of my ability. While he may have been raised with the duties of a soul and had the proper trainings, I was raised as a loon and was raised to be a socialite, an event planner. I was meant to collaborate with other nobles, maintain good relations, so the Solmera family had good ties with the other nobles of our region. But the training of that has benefited me as a soul, but I certainly don't have all the administrative side of things down. I can see why. It is a lot of pressure being the soul, and 7 has a lot of unsavory rumors about him. But it's... when you're in a higher position, your movements are more tracked and more watched, and you have to be more cautious of what you're doing, because if you do one slip up, it is going to spiral. Even if it was a minor thing, others will make it major. That's exactly why I scolded Lord Leonidas about that. Anyone can take anything and spin it into a worse story, and unfortunately around the Solmera region, 7's reputation is rather disastrous. I worked hard to make sure mine stays clean. I know I have unsavory ones about myself roaming around, but there's not much you can do when people are looking for anything. Let's see. Let me make... so there's the originals. Do I have the... where is... oh, it's in this one, isn't it? Okay, Lady Daphne's on her way back. Now, I guess we can read the laws. I want to sit down. There. So it is a 3-part book for different areas, but this is the general law book. May the grace of the feline guide you. Please note, laws and policies specific to commerce and trade for the Solmera region is within the document Solmera Region Commerce and Trade. Our first law is defensive clause. It refers to murder and harm. Except in cases of self-defense, taking another's life is forbidden in the Solmera region. In cases of self-defense, if de-escalation is an option, it must be taken. Practicing peace and grace should outweigh any ruthlessness and bloodshed. Harming another in the Solmera region outside of authorized duels will have a punishment decided on the severity of cause of harm. If you don't take the course of de-escalation, that means you're going to be seen as violent. Violence should never be the first methodology when it comes to solving disputes or defending yourselves. That is just not our way, and it poses a risk to us as well. We never know what may cause us to start to lose our minds, and I'd rather not risk it. I don't have much control over that, unfortunately, Crimson. It does just automatically go off. But we have offensive clause. Offensive clause refers to authorized duels. Should peaceful negotiations fail between folk, duels may be requested. Duels can only can take any form, such as combat, arts, dance, or physical combat. Physical combat duels require sufficient reason for approval. Approval for a duel between folk can be granted by a knight willing to oversee the duel. Duels involving those of a different region must have a soloist, soul, or a loon overseeing. Any duel must have a paper signed with the participant's signatures, type of duel, and reason for duel, and the overseer. Dueling without an approved overseer or without signing the clarifying paperwork will be treated as harming another individual under the Defensive Clause law. We have departure from the Solmera region. When leaving the Solmera region to visit another region, the departure must be recorded, including the individual's current date, expected return date, planned locations, and purpose of the leave. Should the destination require approval prior to entry, written documentation of approval is required. So if they want to enter another region and that region requires written approval, we also require that approval, or a copy of it at least. Those caught visiting another region without documenting it properly would be expected to pay a fine upon return. Repeat offenders may be barred from leaving the region or no longer be welcome in the Solmera region. So if the clarification on this, if they repeatedly leave the region without documenting their leave, it will come to the point where they have to make the decision. Either they will not leave the region again, or they're not welcome to live in the region anymore. We can't have people leaving the region, not documenting it, and then causing issues in other regions. If they're going to other regions to cause problems, crimes, disruptions, we don't want that to fall back on us. So if they're leaving, if they're not documenting their leave, the assumption is that they have criminal intent. Henceforth, they will either not be welcomed back in or they are required to stay. Entry to Solmera. Oh, that seems like Father sent me a book that wasn't bolded correctly. Should a non-resident of the Solmera region seek entry, a proposal must be written and sent to the Solmera family for approval. Proposals must include who desires to visit, expected duration of visit, and reason for visit. Entry permission does not allow for residencies and only for a permit for travel. Those caught entering the Solmera region without authorization will be detained and fined. Further punishment is subjected depending on discussion with the court lords. So if we do have to detain another court's citizen or someone who hails from a different court, we will have negotiations with their court lord. We're not going to just force our will upon them, but they will be detained. Cross-court investigations. The Solmera Court will ask for cooperation with other courts should the need arises. If a citizen belonging to another court commits crime in the Solmera region, they will be detained and subjected to punishment. Should a citizen of the Solmera region commit a crime within another court's territory, Solmera will cooperate with the investigation and punishment. Negotiations between the courts is expected in both instances. Vandalism of property. Discussion of vandalism of another's property in the Solmera region will result in the offenders paying a fine and mandated community service to help source materials for repairs. Extreme cases of vandalism and destruction, such as a noble's property or government building, will result in a higher fines and confinement. Goodness. Lady Daphne's ready. Let me try to finish this quickly. Espionage and thievery. Espionage refers to the deliberate act of spying, gathering confidential information, or attempting to infiltrate the Solmera region with the intent to undermine or sabotage and steal secrets. Thievery refers to the unlawful taking of property and resources, whether material or informational, that do not belong to the thief without the consent of the rightful owner. Goodness. Espionage is a high severity and will be treated as such. The culprit will be apprehended and punished further is to be determined based on the intent and information. Those suspected of espionage or thievery may be held in confinement while the investigation is ongoing should it be ruled the best course of action. The victim may drop charges should the crime have been spurred by... The victim may drop charges should the crime have been courting spurred. So if they are robbing somebody and attempt to court them and the victim chooses to drop the charges, they are allowed to and we will not force it. Treason. Residents to the Solmera region may not conspire against the crown of the Everthorne Kingdom, nor may they conspire against the Solus and Solmera's nobility. Any action taken to betray the Solus purposely sour relations with fellow Everthorne courts, incite rebellion, or endanger the region may be deemed a traitor who seeks to commit treason. Those suspected or convicted of treason within the Solmera Court will be imprisoned with punishment pending. Those suspected or convicted of treason of the Everthorne Kingdom will be subjected to the security of the Thorned Court and their decision. And there are two others, but Lady Daphne is ready. Apologies, I am in my room. I can head out. Yes, it's mainly, we want to know who's entering and leaving, because if another court does choose to cause issue, we want to know who's there. Or if a member of our court leaves and causes issues, I want to ensure that we weren't behind it, I suppose. We have evidence that we weren't aware. Let's see, she's on our pathway. But no, we are Solmera's merit-based. Sure, we have nobility who have long bloodlines, but those bloodlines have been contributing to the region for generations upon generations. We also have newer nobility who earn their titles through their service. Or they manage to purchase, not necessarily purchase, but they have the wealth to become nobility due to successfulness in businesses and such. I see you got more then.
Yes, I did, thankfully.
Then shall we get into the shenanigans?
Yes. Let me see. There we are, if you'll join. Right, where shall we place him first? Oh, should I rename the doll to Magical Doll, or shall it be Doll?
It could just be doll. If we want the first one to be simple, I think the area that most trafficked is the notice board.
Oh, yes, fair. Oh.
He's carrying a man.
Was he? My eyes don't work.
Yes, he
Oh.
is someone who occupies villages near here. It was a human.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Perhaps he was bringing him elsewhere. Unsure.
I'm not sure either. He was coming up from the farm, and there is that village right by the farm. So if he took him from there... rather
Alright,
unsettling.
we could do the notice board, yes. I believe that would be fine. Right, where shall we put him? There are those shelves up there, though. It is very hard to see.
Yes.
Oh, perhaps a shelf here. I could place the shelf here.
What shenanigan
No,
would he be doing? Maybe that can...
It could just be the introduction of him. Just have a sign saying who he is.
Oh, true, true.
Or is there a better place where we can put him? I feel like that people may not see.
There's always, perhaps, right above the bush here.
Oh, yes, perhaps. Let's see. Oh, goodness.
I'm
Right
nervous.
there.
She's gonna get seen.
Let me put him up. There we are. And what shall the sign say?
You're better at the introductory than I am.
Oh goodness. All right, let me see. Do I even have an extra sign? Did I run out of them?
I have some, if you need one or two. Where do you want it placed at?
Right here.
I can't reach that high.
Oop, that works.
Oh, I didn't realize it would let you place it there with the shelf. I thought maybe it might require more room.
Oh goodness. I just put hello, I am doll on the wall.
I mean, that's all they need to know. They'll see the shenanigans later.
I guess please do not touch me, I guess. Do you think, because it goes that if you move him or if someone else touches him, then the magic goes away.
I suppose, but do you have enough room to do it, or is it going to be that sign up there?
I might be able to do it on this bottom one. Not touch me or the... Well, I can't say or the magic goes away, or else they know.
Well, I don't see people touching him to begin with, because he does look like the other plushies that are rather fragile, so they may not want to touch him out of fear of that.
I suppose so. Then maybe we just leave the introduction as, "Hello, I'm doll on the wall." Alright. And then I will put these dolls on shelves in a chest and let the others, well, you and the others. do
Yes, back at
that.
the dorm.
Well then, shall we go?
Yes.
Yes, you can see it from here, can't you?
Yes, I see him quite fine. I know to look for him, but...
Oh yes, whenever you place them, make sure you are not crouching. Make sure you are just standing very still and tall and placing them on the shelf.
I will do just that.
Apologies it took so long. I just wanted to make sure I had extras since I believe I am leaving tonight. Either tonight or tomorrow morning, but I believe it's tonight.
I see. Well, that is fine. I kept myself busy, so...
That is good.
Well, she's leaving tonight. There's not time for her to set up the booth anyways, so I guess it is gonna fall onto Volley or myself.
Well then, I do have some business with someone, so I probably will stay here.
Alright.
Actually... Wait, let me see. Let me put this, location of doll, postboard, actions of doll, just put introduction. Alright, if you can place this, these, and that in the chest. Oh,
I will do that then.
thank you. Goodbye, thank you.
Yes. Oh, I can't. There it is. Well, let's go drop this off for her, and we can go back to reading, because we still have the nobility and the commerce book to look over. I'm realizing something. I might have to fix the name of the commerce book, because I believe it references it in the law book, and then it's not named correctly. I'm sure Father was very rushed to get packages sent out, because I sent him the letter, and he managed to send me my gowns and stuff rather quickly afterwards, which... Hello, hello! Let me move to the side. Let me move to the side. Hello! Welcome in, welcome in! How was your stream, heart? Welcome in. / shout out. I am Lizzaylia. I may not look like it, but I'm a dragon VTuber. I may not look like it, but I'm a dragon VTuber. I am playing on Princess SMP. It is a improv roleplay SMP, and I play Katarina Solmera. She is the sole, or pretty much like the head heir of the Solmera Court, attending at Everthorne Academy. And as such, she is a cat. She is a cat girl. So I have a cat girl model to accompany her. Hardcore has some good loot and good spawn. How about you? It's been good. It's been good. It's been just a very casual lore roleplay day. I got on. My intention when I got on was to play survival pretty much. I need to go mining and stuff, but instead we did doll on the wall and play on elf on the shelf, and so we have that set up and have just been chatting. Dragon. I swear, I'm normally a dragon. I'm normally a dragon. The cat girl only comes out on occasion. Where is it? Is this dragon art? No, that's Pink Mercy. Is that a pit? Where is? We have that. I have that on standby. I have Rivalries on standby. Everything but a drag. No, that's Fifi. I have me stepping on chat. I have me stepping on chat. I have that one. Roar, I'm a very scary dragon. Time to go to sleep. Good night, Holly. Congrats on keeping your watch streak alive. Yeah, I'm glad your hardcore world's going well. This is technically hardcore, but we do have the hearts mod in here. So if we die, we lose a heart instead. Where was Do you want to see Lizzaylia again? I can bring Lizzaylia back. She's not staying because she can't stay because this is being made into a YouTube video. I can't keep Lizzaylia on the stream for the YouTube video. I do have to take her off. But I'm glad your stream went well. We'll get into more survival Minecraft soon because I do believe Lady Daphne is now talking to somebody else. So we're going to put this stuff away and we're going to read through. It's kind of boring, but we're going to read through the books because they have some lore books people are interested in. Beautiful. Thank you. Let me put the book and the items Lady Daphne away onto the shelf. Kind of annoying how I have a better time getting up on... Well, I just jinxed myself. I have a better time getting up on that platform from down here than I do going from the second floor. But yes, I hope you guys enjoy the stream. Super fun. I would never die, though. I'm rather confident in my survivability. So that is the bright side of things. However, I have no intention of taking on any of the mutant mobs or boss mobs. I have heard of fellow ladies of the Solmera Court fighting mutant creepers and all exploding, and I don't need that for myself. I would sit in the study to read, but there are too many animals in there, and I'm not sure I care to listen to them while reading. Let's see. Let's finish looking at the book. So we finished the law book. We'll skip... The commerce book is not very interesting. I do think this one's short. It's 16 pages. I guess, TLDR of the commerce book is, may the path of your journey be gold. Solmera businesses have to have approval of the Master of Coin. And to have a business, they have to be interviewed by the Master of Coin and put in a business plan. Of course, they have taxes to pay. And then if the business is being operated out of a village that is overseen by a specific noble family, that family is allowed to also impose taxes. There is formal trading within the region must follow the Solmerian practices. Buying and selling things at a larger scale can only be done by approved businesses, hence being an approved business. If it's just the lower scale trades and such, we don't require you to go through the Master of Coin to get approval if you're just doing minor trades. Everthorne Domestic, you can only trade with other courts if you have approval from the Master of Coin. Typically it's handled by the Solmera family or the Master of Coin family, but approvals can be made. Merchants that are found breaking these may have to... They have to pay the missing taxes if they're doing tax fraud. If they're not paying the taxes, they will have to pay those missing funds. And if it's an extreme case, they will have their nobility title revoked if they are nobles, or their businesses suspended. Repeat offenders or nobles misusing tax funds will have heavier punishment. And then this one I feel is a bit more interesting. The Solmera nobility. A community cannot flourish without the will of the people. You're very community-based. We have the Rising Sun, which is the Soulless succession. The Soulless position is to be passed down through the Solmera family lineage to the qualified loon. When a loon is determined to be the successor of the court, they receive the Soul title. The loons are the heirs to the Soulless, who are not the designated successor. Those considered a loon must possess the twin-tail trait of the Solmera family and must be educated on etiquette, culture, and politics. I'll get back to you on that, Skolish. I'll get back to you on that. I don't know. The Sun's Pillar, Solmera Court. You know, she's also the Soulless. She's also the Soulless. The Sun's Pillar, Solmera Court. The pillars of the Solmera Court are the major noble families, as well as individuals who take up positions in direct support of the Soulless, such as the Advisor, Master of Coin, Valara, and Archmage. The Valara being the head priestess of the church. The pillars of the noble families are often passed through the family lineages and maintain power due to their steady and powerful presence of the region. Occupational positions and direct support of the Soulless are handpicked by the Soulless they served. So what that means is what we consider the major pillars are the very stable, large, well-off noble families of the region. Lafayette's would be considered a pillar of the Solmera region. As such, they have great importance. They also, the family, they have the master coin in their family. Of course, the master coin position is not passed through generation. They have to be handpicked by the Solus. So I will be picking the next master coin whenever I ascend to the Solus status. Solmera scholars. They are our mages. Those wishing to make a profit or career out of the study or use of magic must be formally recognized as a mage of the Solmera Court. To be recognized by a court mage, you must be a candidate. Oh, goodness. To be recognized by the court as a mage candidate, you must have graduated from the Magic Academy or be recognized by an approved magic tutor. Acceptance shall be made for those who do not receive formal schooling or tutoring via taking a practical and written exam given by the Archmage. Furthermore, to be recognized, the mage must declare their pursuit as either a scholar mage or a combat mage. And there's another book that has more details on this. Thank you for the thank you for the follow. Gonna take you on mobile. Thank you, thank you. So, given that many of us are receiving magical training at the academy, when we graduate from Everthorne, if we wanted to, we could request from the Solus to become scholars of Solmera. We have Solmera's defenders, which refers to the knights of our region. If they wish to be a knight, they must be also formally recognized by the Solus or heirs. And they will have a oath they must take. They must graduate from a knight academy or be recognized by an approved trainer. Of course, exceptions can also be made if they can prove their skill through a practical and formal exam. When they take the oath, they are sworn to uphold the Solmera Court laws and values. And there's also will be a separate book talking about that. But that is the different figures of our court. Let me make, I want to make, let me go make copies of the original. I don't want to make copies of, well, actually, no, I'll make copies of the original. What do I do? I was thinking of having copies of copies placed in the school library, but then if someone wanted a copy, they wouldn't be able to take one, and I'd rather people have access to the information should they want it. It's just our laws. I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of it. So do these. Let's see. Take these down. We'll do these. And these. Let's see, want the original, and the original. And I'm gonna go put these three in the court library. Thank you for the sub, honey boo. Welcome in, welcome in. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. And then we are gonna go mining for diamonds. I'm in desperate need of diamonds. Well, actually, I need to improve my gear. We're still in diamond gear, and we're not fully enchanted. Meowdy, meowdy. Perfection, honey boo. Welcome in, welcome in. I wish I could purr. I am ashamed to the faux folks. I can't purr properly. I can't roll my R's the purr. It's rather unfortunate. Let's see. So take these. And of course we have we have the, I guess the best way to put it is the shipboard that we keep. We're putting up people we think might look good together, and then we'll see who ends up going on dates on Valentine's Day. Progress over perfection. Truly, truly. But yes, most of the ones on here have someone from the Solmera Court. We do have some that are not. We got Lady Rosalind and Lord Matthias. We got Lady Celica and Lord Cinder. And we got Duchess Waverly and Lord Dante. And then everything else has at least one of our court members. Then there's Lady Susiala with the grind. I don't know who did that one. And it's not part of custom to pry into who did what. Like, I know who did some of them, and I'm not going to out who did them, so. I am curious on who did this one. I have my suspicion. I do feel like that had to have been Lady Daphne. I think she's the only one I've mentioned my crush to. But I suppose that in passing conversations others may have heard. I was just in my bedroom. I should have left through there. But hang on, we're going to go out mining to find more diamonds. Do we need a better weapon? Our sword's fine for now. I'm rather fond of Prince Ezra. I have been for a very long time, but given the political climate, I suppose, and the separation at balls, it does make interactions rather difficult.
Hello.
Hello.
I was just, I'm going back to the castle. I didn't mean to run into this place.
No, you're fine. I was just thinking out layout and such, and I saw you walking by, so.
Gotcha. Well, I, will continue my way, but
Alright.
have a, good day.
You as well.
Thanks.
That's embarrassing. I missed the wrong demon. That is embarrassing. I missive. I thought that was Professor Castile. He didn't have Chancellor Candace didn't seem to have his horns, did he? Perhaps my eyes are just playing tricks on me. It is, That is rather interesting. It does make me think to something that Lady Daphne has said previously, that invincibility, it doesn't reach our tails and ears as quickly, and it takes longer to wear off. So I wonder if that might be something that Chancellor Candace had going on with him. I don't know why he would be invisible and our kingdom building area, though. Unless there was something taken, but I don't see why there would be. We have just materials. don't know, quite interesting. I don't plan to leap around. I know it's considered impolite, apparently, to other courts in general. Oh, she is here. Greetings.
Hello. Thank you for meeting me here.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to have a seat?
Sure. Okay, put your nice voice on Lady Katarina.
I'm Marjorie Blackwood. I know we've briefly met before, but just wanted to reintroduce myself.
It's nice to meet you. I am Katarina Solmera. Don't meet me. Don't be
Nice to
mean,
officially
don't be
meet you.
mean.
So the Fashion Club is hosting a Model of the Month competition every month. And basically we pair up with a model and have to create an outfit based on a theme per month. And we submit it to the Fashion Club members. Professor Cribden oversees the submissions, and we all vote on the best one. And whoever wins, that person gets a poster made that gets posted around the school of their outfit and the model.
I see.
Is that something you're still interested in?
Yes, I would be interested in that.
Perfect. Because I'm in need of a model, and the theme for January is Arctic. So I don't know. Oh, I should say Arctic animal is the specific theme. And I don't know if you have any ideas. I've been trying to ponder some, but I didn't have a model to match any ideas yet too. So is there anything that comes to mind right away when you hear that?
Not exactly. I do think of Arctic foxes and such, but Solmera, the region, is rather warm, and to the point where I actually have only recently acquired more thicker gowns in general, so I'm not too familiar with more winter styles. But
That's quite all right. I can do the designing part, but if there's anything that you think would look good on you from experience from wearing different types of outfits.
I know that I typically, when I have outfits made, they like to include capes and such. Stuff that is very drapey down the back.
Okay. What about something with wings? So like a snowy owl or something like that.
I am actually rather fond of things with wings. My personal preferences is I enjoy butterflies, but I do like to have their wings within my outfit, so an owl wings or other wintry oriented wings would be lovely.
Well, perfect. I can research a little bit more about different wintry winged creatures. I think there are possibly some insects with wings that have, if you're interested in something close to the butterfly family. But I'll have to research it a little bit more.
No, that is completely fine. I know there is a butterfly that actually doesn't hibernate, or no, that is incorrect. It does hibernate. Normally butterflies, die during the winter, but there is a species that migrates for the winter instead and hibernates through it. But I can't think of its name off the top of my head.
Oh, well, maybe I'll look into that as well. But I would like to meet with you again as soon as you can. I know we have break, so this week is a little, everyone's taking off. So what would be the next time that we could get together and maybe we can finalize some things together?
I will not be returning back to the Solmera region, so I'm actually going to be around any evening that you would care to need me.
Oh, perfect. How does this Friday sound in the evening?
That'd be fine, as long as it is later into the evening, but
That should be fine. Around the same time as right now?
yes, that will be fine.
All right, then I will do some research and try and find something that can be winged that would be made into a beautiful outfit. And then I'll be taking your pictures if you don't mind.
Yes, that sounds perfectly fine.
All right. Do you have any questions for me about this whole event?
Not off the top of my head. I will certainly reach out if I do, or whenever we meet up on Friday. If I have anything, I can ask you then.
Wonderful. Well, I thank you so much for agreeing to do this with me.
Thank you for, I suppose, picking me to be your model for it.
Well, you're beautiful. I think we have a good chance.
I appreciate the compliment. It's very flattering. But I definitely look forward to seeing your work, Lady Marjorie.
I hope it will be to your approval.
If that is everything, I will head back to getting kingdom building under control again then.
Of course. Thank you again for meeting me.
Yes, of course. It's not a problem at all. I don't think...
Have a good night.
You as well. I've been told that I'm intimidating, so I hope I wasn't intimidating. I need to work on that. Father said I need to work on speaking with other courts. And when I spoke to, I think it was Lady Daphne who told me that I come across as very intimidating when I speak to people. Her or Lady Lizzaylia, or perhaps they both said it. Which, I guess they're not wrong. I want to keep the regal air that is expected of me when I'm speaking to others. I'll drop it for friends and such, but I don't see myself necessarily dropping it for everyone. I fear a lot of my meetings with others tend to be a bit awkward. I can very naturally talk to most of the members on my court, but it's an extremely weird balance when talking to others. I'm also not necessarily one for idle chit-chat with those I don't know, which I know that wasn't idle chit-chat. That was her asking me to be her model, and which is very flattering and very kind. I don't... We'll see. So she said every month a model's chosen. So it looks like the different designers are going to pick models. I suppose from the list that's on the board to be their muse, I suppose. I actually frequently design my own outfits. I do enjoy outfit design. Perhaps with meeting with Lady Marjorie, I might get more comfortable to join the club more formally as a designer. I don't make the gowns myself is the issue. I can design them, but I don't have the skill set to make them. Like, this is something I designed. Oh, well, you can't really see it, but this and the outfit I wore yesterday, the more periwinkle colored one, were also things I designed myself. It's easier to make sure the outfit's to my liking if I make it or design it, rather than have multiple concepts shoved at me and expected to choose one. Oh, hiccuping. But no, I can definitely see that I can be a bit cold when speaking to others. I can fully understand that. I don't know. When I interact with other courts, I don't see it as a personal conversation. It's formal, it's professional. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. Back over to here. And then these. One, two, three, four, five, six. And then it's here and here. I wear more. I don't know if it necessarily contradicts me. I can definitely wear other colors. Just because I typically don't design myself outfits of other colors doesn't mean I can't wear them. I don't necessarily wear pink or red all too often, but during Valentine's Day, I certainly will be wearing it. Hello, sir. Please back up. I don't like your smell. Do that. 1, 2, 3. Should I have engaged her in conversation longer? I'm overthinking this now. Should I have talked to her more? I know it was awkward. I should have been more engaging. She was making a request of me, and once the request ended, I truly did not have anything else to say to her. Like, let's do these. That's right here. She did stand up. Ow. There! Rude. Get down. I suppose so. To not give more information away than I plan to, I customarily will cut conversations short. Because if your a tactic is to get people to spill more. This was not what she was doing, obviously, and that wasn't the conversation that would warrant it. But when you're in meetings with other nobles and stuff, and if they're trying to gain information for you, they will just try to get you to keep talking. Because if they feel pressure to fill in the silence, they're going to continue to speak. And so if I have nothing to say, rather than filling up the air with random statements that might come back to be used against me, I'd rather just end the conversation. When we get water in our ears, we can get rather nasty ear infections, so we try to keep our heads above water where possible. It hurts and feels really uncomfortable to have water in our ears.